Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to Git plus GitHub tutorials. Today is our lecture number 6 and in today's class I'm going to teach you how can you pass your data from your local machine to your online repository on GitHub. Okay, so basically that's the main thing and that's the overall summary of the Git and the GitHub lectures, and in this particular lecture you can be able to understand how can you push your data from your local repository to your online GitHub repository. Okay, so let's start and have a look what we have today and how can we do this. Alright, so I'm going to start from the very scratch. So let us create a folder on the desktop. Let's say my data or whatever name you can specify, and then right click on your my data and then click on the git bash here. Okay, so the default UI is the default command prompt is now open. Now also open this folder besides this and resize this so that you can be able to view what's going on inside this folder. Okay, so that's it, and now let us zoom in and then write our very first command so that we can create some files. So touch index.html, let's say. You can have the whole project, no problem. Look, the file is created, and now I'm also creating another file. Let's say touch and then styles.css, and then another file I'm going to create, that is JavaScript file, so script.js. so that's it. So now I have created 3 files. Now what I have to do, I have to initialize the Git repository. So git init is the command. I have already taught you this in the previous lectures. So the directory and the Git repository basically is created locally and it is hidden by default. As you can see, you can unhide it by going to the folder options, and you can hide it again. And then after initializing the Git repository, then you have to specify the git add command so that you can add everything. So if you wanted to add everything, you have dot. If you wanted to add only HTML files, then you can use this syntax, and if you wanted to add only CSS files, then you can use this syntax, and then so on. Okay, so there are many ways you can perform, and you can simply write the file name so that you can only be able to add that file name. I hope it is clear to everyone. So whatever the file name you are going to add, it's your choice. So I'm going to add everything inside my Git repository. So before adding everything, let me show you the status. So you can see there is a message that these files are added inside that folder. So do you want to add it into the staging area? So yes, I wanted to add it into the staging area. So the staging area is the place where you can make the backup, or you can say the version of your files. So git add dot, that dot means all files. Okay, so look, all the files are now added, and now if you can see the git status command, so you can see that these are changed to green colors. That means that these files are successfully added. Okay, and now after adding this, let us open any file. Let's say index.html and open with Sublime text editor or Notepad, whatever you can say, and write here anything. Let's say HTML and HTML close. Okay, and then save it and then close it. Now when you see the status, that is git status, and you can see it is representing me that this file has been modified. So what you can do, you can go and you can accept the changes, or you can reject the changes. So if you are going to reject the changes, let's say this changes is not good for you, so you can simply, what you can do, you can write here git, and then so git checkout is the command, and then you have to specify dash, and then you have to specify the file name that you don't need those changes, so that it will be revert back to the previous state. Okay, so index.html. so notice the things are now changed, and when you open it again, look, the file is blank, though you have added the HTML syntax. Right, so that's the benefit of GitHub and Git, and you can use for any projects and all that. Okay, so look, your changes are revert back because you have rejected them. If you wanted to accept, let's say if I'm writing here again HTML and then HTML close, and then save it and then close it, and then when you open it again, you can see you find the text existing. Okay, and now if you wish to see the status, so git status, you can see it is modified again, and now if you wish to add it, so git it add all. Okay, and now when you see the status, it is representing that you have added all these files, and now git commit. So what will happen? All the data will be committed inside the Git repository. So look, my default editor is now added. You can use this, uncomment this initial comment and then save it, and then close this Vim editor, Sublime text editor. So now these files are now added inside the Git repository. I hope it is clear to everyone. So this is how you can accept and reject the changes, and you can add inside the Git repository. Now let's go forward and do these files or push these files on the server. For that purpose, I am opening my browser, and then let's go to the online repository of the Git, that is GitHub. Okay, so right here GitHub, and then go to its official website, that is this one, and here you have to create your account. That is of course free, and there is a paid version also, so you can sign up here and then just create a free account. I have already created my account, so let us log in, and then let me write here my email. Okay, and then you have to write your password and then sign in. So that's an online repository, and it is accessible worldwide. Okay, and now you have to add a new repository here. So how can you add a new repository here? That is this one. A repository is basically a place or a folder in which you are going to add your files. Okay, so a new repository I'm going to add, and let me give you a name, Ali Raza project. Wait, Ali Raza project, let's say. Okay, and now you have a description. This is a GitHub demo, and then there are two options, that is private and public. So right now I'm going to access only the public, because I wanted to add it to add other users to contribute in this file. Okay, so things remains public, nothing to change. We can see the readme file later on, but right now do not change anything, and simply give the name of your repository and then click create repository. Once the repository is then created, it will tell you that you can use these options to set up your data on this repository. Right now this repository is blank, so it is saying that first create your readme file, and then you can push that file up and update that file. Okay, so let's go and create a readme file using this one. Okay, from here, so let's open the folder as well. So where is that folder? Here's my folder now. So right here touch, and then right here readme.md. okay, and that's the extension, and then create. So now you have created a readme.md file. This file is required to display your viewers on the GitHub that what's basically inside your this repository is. Okay, so that's why this file is there. And now open this file and add some stuff, and you can open it with Notepad or any other editor you wish to. So Notepad, and then here you can specify a comment, that is my project, let's say, and then you can add this is a demo project by Ali Raza. Okay, and then save it, and then close it, and then come here, and then what you have to do, you have to write your git add, and then dot means all files will be added, and then git commit, and then it is asking you to, again, because you have changed once more, so you have to uncomment it and then save it and then close it. So files are now changed. Now the next step in this repository, it is saying that after creating that file, now you have to add your remote or your remote place where you are going to add your files. Okay, so what I have to do here and write here git remote. When you write this command, and if nothing is appearing, then that means that there is no online repository is added inside your this git repository. Okay, at this particular session. So what you have to do, you have to specify this URL and this command together. So copy this and then come here and then right click and then paste it. Okay, so what will happen when you execute this particular line? It will add an online repository that is available on this location inside my git settings. Alright, so now let us check it again, git remote, and you can see only one origin is appearing here. Okay, if you wish to add multiple online repositories, then you simple come here and then change this address, this whole address, and give the new one. Okay, whatever the path will be. So I hope it is clear to everyone that you can add one or more than one remote repositories inside your git. And then after doing all this, now what we have to do, we have to push the content on our repository. So first thing that we have to do is to write here git and then push, and then -u is the parameter, and then origin, and then master. Why I am using master? Because right now all the tasks I have done with this master branch. So origin, what is this origin? Origin is my name of the online repository, and you are pushing your master records, all the work or the task that you have done with the help of the master branch will be pushed down to the origin folder. Okay, so press enter. If all things will going in a perfect way, then it will ask you for a username and the password. So look guys, it automatically a pop-up is appeared in front of you. So here you have to verify your credentials. So let me verify here, Ali Raza Sardar Ali @gmail.com, and then the password, and then login. When the login is successful, then the data will be successfully pushed onto that particular repository that you have created. Okay, so look guys, now the things are executed and compiled successfully. Everything is now pushed to my online repository. So let's refresh this and see whether we have that files or not. Look, so whatever files we have created are automatically published to my online repository. So now that's removed the whole limitation. Now you can work in teams on different geographically separate locations. Okay, you sit at your homes and you can work on your PC, and then post or push here on this online repository. So on one single project you can work on with respect to the teams. So there is no such problem right now. And let's say if you wanted to access these files from the online repository to your local client, so how can you get that also? And look, the readme file and the things are displaying in for this readme file that this project is for this purpose. Okay, so let's go there on the desktop again, and let's create another folder. Let's say you are on another PC, and let us create a folder with some other name. Let's say project 2, let's say. So project 2, and now right click and then click on the git bash here, and then write some commands in this command prompt. So what I have to mention here in this git bash, I have to clone. Let's say I wanted to work on this project. Okay, so I can download this project directly, and I can clone this with the help of the git command clone. Okay, so how can you do that? Let me show you. Come here, and because you are in your project 2 folder, simply write here git and then clone. Okay, everything is now done, and you can see git status, and there is nothing to get. Okay, so let us go and check the folder inside the project 2. So it's empty. So what's the mistake? Because we haven't specified the origin. Where is the origin? So let's go and specify the origin for this folder, that is, yes, project 2. So git remote. Okay, first let's clear that. Clear. Okay, and now let's copy that command that is residing at this particular window. So this one. Okay, right click, copy, and then go to your next window, that is this one. Here you have to right click and paste. Okay, it is saying that git remote add origin. Okay, first of all, one thing that we have to add is the git init. So git init, that's my directory initiated. Now this one. Okay, so it will add my repository, and now you can specify git clone, and look, everything is now done, I think. Let me verify. Inside the projects, no, it's still not added. Okay, still I have done some mistake, that is git, then clone, then -u, and then sorry, you have to specify origin, and then no, it said that the repository does not exist. Git clone, and then -u, origin, no, it's still I'm entering the wrong command. Let me write it again. Alright, wait a minute, let me close this, and let us close this, remove this folder and then recreate this folder. Yes, so now project, and now right click on this folder and then open here git bash, and then go to your online repository, and here you can go to the repository here, and then come and click on this, and then copy this whole URL, because this is the URL from which you can get the clone link, and then go to the desktop and then click on your git bash editor and then make it large and then paste. Before pasting, you have to specify git clone, because you are going to copy that project from your online repository, and then right click and then paste. Okay, and then click enter. So look, cloning into Ali Raza project, and all things are now added. So let me open that project, and you can see the folder is already created for you, so you can directly right click and do that also. So everything is now added automatically to you from your online repository. And now let us create another page. Let's say here, let us add another file. Open, that's my first one. So let us add another file here. So touch my file.html. So now look, one file is now added. So git and add and dot, and then git commit -m, so that you can ignore the comment, another change. Let's say this is the comment, another change, another file added, whatever you can write, it is not a problem. So look, one file is now added. Now you can specify git status. Okay, so there is nothing to change, and now you can specify git push -u, then origin, and then master branch. So it will push the remaining files to your origin place on your GitHub repository. Okay, look, the data is uploaded, and let's go to the repository and see whether we have that file or not. So you can see my file.html is now added. So this is how you can add your files inside your local repository, and then you can update and you can add it to your online repository, and then again you can get the clone, or you can pull the files from your local repository. So there is another command, that is git pull. You can also use that as well. So let us go to the desktop and let us create another folder, and then folder and abc, let's say that's the name, and then right click and then git bash, and here you can specify git pull. Okay, so zoom it, git pull, and then you have to specify the repository name. So let's go here and copy this link and click on this, and then right click and paste, and then okay, it's saying that it's not a repository. Sorry, I have to pass the link of my repository. That is not this one, that is the other one. Let me take it. Alright, so we can go and you can pick up this link, that is this one. Okay, that is my link, and now you can copy that and you can come there and paste it at this particular point. Okay, so it will then get the files. So git pull is also not working. Let me check why. Alright guys, so the problem is because everything is updated here, and there is no need to add inside your current repository. So let's say if you are going to add a new file here, let us create a new file, and let's say hello.txt, and then you can comment create file, let's say, and then commit directly to the master branch, commit new file. So hello.txt is now created, and now let's go to our original window, that is this one, and when you write here git pull, it will pick up the changes from your repository that you have added here. Okay, so I hope you have get the clear concept of git push, git clone and git pull, and how can you pass the file. So look, hello.txt is now added to our local repository. Let us go to the local repository, that is this one, and see this is how you can manage the changes from your online repository and add it inside your local repository. So I hope it is clear to everyone. If you do not understand anything, please do write me. Thank you so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.